Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Okay, I hope that you all are good. Okay, I hope that you all are good. In part 1, we have done our chapter number 5, life process till the digestion. Till the digestion. Now in part 2, this is the part 2 video, students. And in this part 2 video, we are going to complete this chapter. The topics like transportation, respiration, and excretion. These three topics we are going to cover in this video. Okay, in first video we have done digestive system, nutrition, and another all. Okay, I hope that you have seen that video. If you have not seen, then you can visit my channel and see. You can able to see there. Okay, now let's start with our chapter, remaining chapter. First of all, transportation in human beings. Okay, let's first of all understand the structure of human heart. Human heart have a four chambers. Okay, I am highlighting that part. Have a four chambers. Okay, have a four chambers to prevent the mixing of oxygen and carbon dioxide. There are four chambers with walls. Okay, let's take an example. This is an heart. From here the deoxygenated blood is going out, and here the oxygenated blood is coming in. There are a wall between. This is the rough structure, student. The rough structure. There is a wall between it to prevent the mixing of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Okay, so this type of structure in our heart is there. Now let's see the artery, the upper part of the, for rough diagram. This is not a permanent diagram that you are going to write in the board, but this is the rough diagram. This is the left artery, left ventricle, right artery, and right ventricle. Okay, here is the pulmonary vein. I am writing PV, pulmonary vein, which carry the oxygenated O2 blood. Okay, oxygenated blood, and oxygenated blood come into the left atrium. After the coming in the left atrium, there is a bicuspid valve which open, and the oxygenated blood transfer into the left ventricle. Then the left ventricle connected with aorta, and aorta transport to the body all the blood to body. Okay, now this is the process of oxygenated blood. Now let's see the process of deoxygenated blood. Okay, in left there is always a oxygenated blood, and in right there is always a deoxygenated blood. And atrium always first of all carry the blood and transport to the left ventricle, and then left ventricle transport to the lungs and the body. Okay, first of all there are vena cavas. Which are connected to our left ventricle to body. The deoxygenated blood come into it. First of all the deoxygenated blood come into the, as I have told, the first of all the blood will go into the right atrium. Then there is a tricuspid valve. First of all the deoxygenated blood come into the left atrium. There is a tricuspid. Over here there is a bicuspid. Over here there is a tricuspid. Okay, then right atrium, there are tricuspid valve which open, and the deoxygenated blood transfer into the right ventricle. Yes, right ventricle. Then there is a pulmonary artery. Students, remember the names. Here there is a pulmonary vein, and here is the pulmonary artery which is connected to the lungs, and that pulmonary arteries transport the blood. Okay, this is a simple structure of a heart, but this is not you have to write in the exam. This is for your knowledge and understanding. Okay, I am rubbing this. You can take a pause the video and take a screenshot. Okay, so that is a structure of human heart. Now let's see technical. What is how the aorta and another all. Let's first start with artery. As we have seen, the artery is the upper part. Okay, I have taken the eraser. Artery is the upper part. Artery is the upper part. Okay. Artery is the upper part of the heart. Okay. It receives the deoxygenated and oxygenated blood, as I have told you earlier. They have thin walls, students. They have thin walls. Very small walls, not thick, thin. And ventricles have thick wall, thick. Okay. The right part of called right atrium and left part is called left atrium. Left O2 blood and CO2 blood. Okay, now let's see about the ventricles. Ventricles are two types of ventricle: left ventricle, right ventricle. Left ventricle is O2 blood and CO2 blood. Okay, receives and transfer. Receives, transport. They have thick walls, students. As they have transporting the blood, they have thick walls. Supply, this supply or transport both are same. Supply O2 and DO2, that means deoxygenated. Okay, so this is the structure of heart that I have made, and I have labeled all the things. That is important, and you can make a notes. Okay, you can take a screenshot and put your in your book. Now let's see the main thing that I have explained in the starting. Let's first of all start with flow of oxygenated blood. First of all, the oxygenated blood come to the lungs. First of all, we will inhale the oxygenated blood and exhale the CO2 blood. Okay, so first of all, the lungs receive the oxygenated blood. Then through the lungs there is a pulmonary vein. I have told there is a pulmonary vein which is connected to the left atrium, pulmonary vein, which transfer the oxygenated blood to the left atrium. Then there is a bicuspid valve. Then bicuspid valve will open and allow the blood to enter the left ventricle. Then there is a aorta, not this. Ignore this, student. There is a typing mistake. Aorta. Left ventricle send the oxygenated blood to the aorta. Then aorta send to the body. Okay, this is the process of oxygen. Now let's see the deoxygenated blood. First of all, from the body, as we have taken the oxygenated blood from the lungs, so there is a deoxygenated blood in our body. So from the body there is a two types of vena cavas, but you don't have to write superior and inferior vena cava. This is for your knowledge only. Superior and inferior vena cava. Okay, they receives deoxygenated blood and carry them to the right atrium. Okay, students, don't be confused in left atrium, right atrium, and etc. Then the tricuspid valve is present between the right atrium and right ventricle, which will open, and right ventricle will connect, which is connected to the pulmonary vein, and pulmonary, okay, not a pulmonary vein, sorry, pulmonary arteries. I have made a mistake. Pulmonary arteries, I am highlighting also. Pulmonary arteries. Okay, pulmonary arteries are there, and then it is sent to the lungs. If you will learn one of the process, you can make by your own self only. Okay, if you have learned the flow of the oxygenated blood, then you can learn the flow of deoxygenated blood. Now let's see such a normal things which you have to learn by heart. Okay, let's first of all see the arteries. What is the work of artery? They carry the blood away from the heart. Okay students, first of all let me know there are how many types of blood veins are there? Yes, three types of arteries, veins and capillaries. And veins and artery are the both of them are main. Okay, the arteries are thin walled and they are connected to the heart. The heart is pump and the oxygenated blood is pump at every time and it is transferred to our body. So arteries carry away the blood from the heart, carry away from heart. Then their walls are thin. Okay, outside it is thick but they are thin. Okay, now O2 is transported through it. Okay, O2, oxygenated blood only transport to the arteries and except pulmonary artery. We have seen there is a pulmonary arteries which is connected to the right atrium. Students, which is connected to the right atrium, pulmonary arteries which is carrying the CO2 blood. There is an exception which is pulmonary artery carry CO2 blood. There is an exception. Okay, now let's see about the veins. Veins carry the blood towards the heart. Okay, towards the heart. That means this is the heart, this is the arteries. Okay, these are the arteries. They are carrying the blood to the organ, and this is the vein, and blood is coming through it. Okay, so I have one question for you. If in which let me know, in arteries or in veins, in both of them, which one have the fastest and the highest blood flow of blood? Yes students, about arteries, because artery is connected to the heart, and heart is continuously pump, and that is why the flow of blood is in high pressure. Okay, and here is low pressure because they are carrying towards the heart, and it is from the heart towards the heart and from the heart. Okay, now let's see it carry the blood towards the heart. Okay, the outer is thick and middle is thin. Okay, CO2 is transported in veins, CO2 transported, and in arteries the O2 is transported. But here there is one more exception. What is the exception? Except pulmonary vein. We have seen that pulmonary vein, I have drawn this left ventricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. There is a pulmonary vein which is connected to the left atrium and transport the oxygenated blood. But they told us that it carry only the deoxygenated blood, but there is an exception. Okay, that is the exception. Now let's see about the capillaries. It do the work of link between the arteries and the veins. Okay, now ignore this point. Now third thing, capillaries joint and form veins. Okay, they join and form the veins. There are two work. They link the artery to veins and join to form veins. Okay, join to form veins. Okay, students, there is one more work of veins. There is one more work of veins to exchange the materials between it surrounding. Okay, so these are the three works of capillaries. Now let's see quickly about the respiration in humans. The process by which the living organism obtain ATP breaking down of the food is called as respiration. First of all, we have taken a food, then it break down into the smaller form. In the smaller form we will get energy. This is the small definition. You can learn easily. Okay, let's see the main formula of this chapter. So this is the most IMP formula you have to remember. C6H12O6 plus 6O2, 6CO2, 6H2O plus ATP plus energy. You can say ATP or energy, both are same. Now let's see the division of respiration. Respiration divides into two parts: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, O2 is present in it. Okay, CO2 Student, ignore that, there is such a disturbance. Okay, O2 is not present in it, that means CO2 is present in it. Okay, now it occurs only in cytoplasm and mitochondria. And this occurs in only and only cytoplasm. Not take place in mitochondria. Okay, broke down into H2O and CO2, broke down into the ethanol and lactic acid. Breakdown of ethanol and lactic acid, I have not written. And lactic acid. Okay, now let's see the important concept. There is a mitochondria. Okay students, let's start with the important concept. First of all, glucose, we inhale glucose, then there is a cytoplasm. Then cytoplasm convert that glucose into the 2-pyruvate. One is 3 molecule of pyruvate and 3 molecule of pyruvate. Let me know, first of all, there is a 6 molecules of carbon. It convert into the 3 pyruvate and 3 pyruvate. That means the molecule of carbon is divided into 3 carbon and 3 carbon. That is known as pyruvate. Okay, so there is a cytoplasm in which the glucose is broken. It converted into pyruvate. Then there is then the pyruvate converted into the 3 types: presence of oxygen, a lack of oxygen, and absence of oxygen. These both are anaerobic, and this is aerobic. Okay, let's first of all see the absence of oxygen. It takes place in yeast. Okay, then it will form ethanol plus CO2 plus energy. Energy is forming everywhere. Lack of oxygen. In lack of oxygen, it takes place in muscle cells of our body. Muscle cells of our body, and form lactic acid and ATP. Okay, then the presence of oxygen, it convert into the CO2, H2O and ATP. It takes place in mitochondria. I hope that is clear to you all. There is no any type of confusion in it. Okay, if you have any type of confusion, then you can contact me. through YouTube shorts or any type of there is my also a channel on Instagram. You can contact me also. Okay, now let's see the main process of main process of respiration. Okay, first of all the this is the IMP diagram, students. IMP diagram. First of all, the air that is present in our surrounding, that will enter to our nose. First of all, there is a nasal cavity in our body. Then through the nasal cavity, it is transferred. Then through the nasal cavity, it is transferred to the pharynx. Here there is a pharynx. Here pharynx is present over here. Okay, I have underlined also that. Then through the pharynx, this is the common passage. Then the pharynx, there is the larynx. Okay, then through passing larynx, it is also known as the voice box. Voice box of human. Okay, through larynx, there is a trachea between the pipe. Trachea. Now the trachea divide into the the trachea divide into the bronchi. Okay, trachea. Students, remember the names. This is the trachea. Okay, first of all, erase me all the things that you have all confusion in that. Okay, this is trachea. Okay, this is trachea. It divided into two bronchioles, bronchi. Two bronchi, left bronchi and right bronchi. Then bronchi divides into the bronchus. Divided into the bronchus. Okay, there are lots of bronchus in our lungs. At every bronchus there are alveoli. Alveoli is present over there. Alveoli. This is the, okay, I have underlined over here also. You can see two alveoli. Okay, there are lots of, I am noting that there are lots of number of alveoli. This is the function unit of our lungs. There are lots of number of alveoli which are present in our lungs and do the exchange of blood. And CO2 blood is out and the oxygenated blood is in, and through which we get the oxygenated blood. Now let's see the same process in the written form. First of all, the oxygenated reach the air from environment through the nasal cavity. From pharynx, there is a larynx, then the trachea, divided into bronchi, then bronchioles, then alveoli of lungs. Okay, alveoli of lung, this is the IMP. Then the exchange of gas take place. The carbon dioxide is in and the oxygen is, okay, carbon dioxide is out and oxygen is in. Okay, then the same reverse process it take place. Bronchi, then the trachea, then nasal cavity, then out of the body. Okay, this is the reverse form. I have told here also. Okay, so you have doubt in alveoli. Okay, now let's see the function of alveoli. This is the structure of alveoli. Okay, I'm underlining. This is the structure of alveoli. First of all, let's see what you have written. CO2 convert to O2. Hemoglobin is present here over. Okay, this is the blood capillary. Okay, blood capillary. Now blood capillary carrying the CO2. now the blood capillary. Okay, there is a lots of number of things between is. There is lots of number of CO2 in blood capillaries. In blood capillaries, okay, this is extra dark. In CO2 is present, okay, in blood capillaries. Then it transfer. There is a hollow space for coming the oxygen in and carbon dioxide out. The oxygen is stored over here. And the capillaries is connected, that means joined to the alveoli, and there are small porous holes are there in the capillaries and in alveoli. Okay, so when the CO2 is passed through the capillaries and joined to the alveoli, okay, alveoli carrying the O2 blood, and in capillaries blood having the hemoglobin. There is a hemoglobin. I hope that you have know what is the hemoglobin, which is pigment of our human being. Okay, hemoglobin is present, and the initial work of hemoglobin is to give the color to our blood, red color to the blood, and it carries the oxygen. So that's why the oxygen is transferred to the capillaries from the alveoli to the capillaries, and CO2 will go outside. Okay, this is, I hope that you have understand in it how the capillaries work, You can see CO2 is going out and O2 is coming in due to the hemoglobin. Okay, now let's see such a things of about the alveoli. Balloon or sac like structure. Wall of alveoli are only the one called thick and provide. Okay, wall of alveoli are very thick and provide the surface area of exchange of gases. As I have told, this wall are porous. Okay, sorry students. This wall are porous. That's why the exchange of gases are take place in here. Okay, now let's see. Now this is the last topic. Excretion in our human beings. This is the most IMP things in our book, because in this year there is a one question of explain the human excretion system and label all the diagram and draw the all the organs. You have to draw this, and you have to label it as well. So don't try to forget it and or to ignore it. This is the most IMP thing. Okay, now first of all let's see the definition of it. The process in which the waste material taken out of our body is called excretion. First of all let's see the our diagram. There is two kidneys. Okay, let's take a black pen. There is two kidneys, 1 and 2. There is a aorta. Which carry the oxygenated blood. Eh bhaiya. Oh bhai, it is so dark, friends. Let me small it. It carry the blood to the kidneys. Okay, aorta carry the blood to the kidneys, and the removal of the harmful chemicals and other are take place in kidney only. Then the waste material are transferred through the urinary bladder, and the important things which are necessary to our body are transferred to the vena cava to our body, and the waste material is transferred to the ureter through urethra to urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. At a urinary bladder there are a urethra. At the end it is known as urethra. First of all, when we drink a water, the waste material or etc are through the water, it enter to the kidney. There is a process of the process of taking out the waste material take place over here. Okay, take place over here. Then the important things are gone to the vena cava, and the not important things are from ureter stored in the urinary bladder. Then from the urinary bladder it excrete through the urethra. This is the process. Okay, now let's first of all see the function. Of kidneys. First of all, excretion of waste material. Okay, my pen is not properly working. Okay, now it is fine. Okay, excretion of waste material or a foreign substance. Okay, rub these foreign substances. Remember only this: excretion of waste material, regulation of ionic blood composition, regulation of blood pH, production of hormone, regulation of blood pressure, and regulation of volume. I hope that you have understand. You have to learn 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6. And regulation of blood glucose. This is not IMP, but if you learn it, that is better for you. Okay. Now let's see the structure of nephron. In the respiration, the main unit substance is, what is the main unit substance is? Yes, alveoli. And there is a nephron in our kidney, which is the main functional unit of excretion. Now let's see the function of nephron. In nephron there is a Bowman capsule. Okay, I am marking it, the Bowman capsule. The U-shaped double walled Bowman capsule is there. Okay, there is a lots of number of capillaries. I am writing in the black pen. They are the lots of number of capillaries, which are known as glomerulus. These capillaries are known as the glomerulus, and this two-walled Bowman capsule is there, and the glomerulus are trapped in it. When the all blood transferred through the Bowman capsule, all the waste material and the things are absorbed by the Bowman's capsule. Okay, and there is a high pressure absorption take place, and due to which the important things like salt, glucose, then carbohydrates, etc. are absorbed in it. So kidney then the reabsorption process take place. Over here. Then the reabsorption take place over here. Okay, over here reabsorption take place, and then the urine are stored in this pipe, and then the urinary bladder is stored in urinary bladder and opens. Now let's see deeply. Glomerulus filtration. Nitrogenous waste, glucose, water and amino acid, salt from the body are filtered into the Bowman's capsule. Okay, students. the filter and initial filtration center into Bowman's capsule of a nephron. Okay, as I have told, there is a Bowman capsule and the glomerulus Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus capillaries are there. The absorption take place. All the waste material are absorbed in it. Then selective reabsorption take place. All the useful materials like glucose, amino acid, salt, major amount of water, which are taken into the excretion system are reabsorbed. First of all, this is the for an example, this is the Bowman capsule. No, this is the capillaries, and the important things are flowing in it. Then the Bowman's capsule capture all of them with the waste material. Then this will say, I want my IMP things back. Then there is a selective reabsorption take place. All the important things are given back to the capillaries. So this is an example of it. Okay. Now let's see the last part of it. Okay. Then after the selective reabsorption, all the waste material stored in kidney, then it transfer waste are reached to the ureter by collective duct. Okay, there is a collective duct. This is the collective duct. This is collective duct which transfer the waste material to urinary bladder. Okay, so this is the work of nephron. Okay, I hope that you are able to know nephron is the functional and the structural unit of kidney, and the alveoli is the structural and functional unit of lungs. Okay, I hope that you have not any type of doubt in this chapter. And here we have completed our chapter number 5, life process of class 10th. Okay, in a very short time and with very nice examples. I hope that you have liked the video. If you like, then like, share and subscribe. Okay, let's meet in next video. तब तक के लिए जय हिंद, जय भारत.